let's get something to eat. And it was like the Avengers all over again. Where, like they're just the end, they're just eating the food together, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then like the lights go out and you're like, okay, here it is. They're about to get taken in,
Mm-hmm.
And you're figuring, okay, it's going to be like federal people. And then all of a sudden, Coulson's up in space in a ship. You're like, okay, I guess it wasn't the feds. It was probably someone else.
Yeah. So we want to speculate on what this finale means. But before we get to that, we got to talk about Ghost Rider. Besides the fact that he's super badass and super awesome. But when he leaves and he goes like this, it's exactly like when Doctor Strange uses his sling ring and teleports. Yeah. I believe that was almost like foreshadowing the fact that the ending is going to have a very big impact on Infinity War. It was almost like a kind of like a prelude, like, hey, you see how we kind of tie into the movies even more so right now? Well, we're about to go bigger and put them in space. Boom.
In space. Boom.
To throw us all off, Jed Whedon said, what if he is in fact in front of a big ass HD TV?
Okay.
So it's just whatever he wants to see, which would be kind of like the those module rooms or whatever for all the Inhumans. I mean, technically that's always a possibility, but I seriously doubt it. Unless there's an LMD version of Coulson or some form of clone, they may want to do like a sort of cloning saga. Maybe not necessarily straight out of the Spider-Man comics, but they've had cloning before.
As far as like from Guardians of the Galaxy on, we know that like some of our characters have been to space now. You know what I mean? And so Coulson being maybe on a ship somewhere, maybe he could cross paths with some of them or familiar universe places that we've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy.
It didn't look exactly, so you can't take my word fully for it. Mm-hmm. But when they show Thanos and the other, when I think in Guardians of the Galaxy they actually show like a distant shot of like that like broken planet that he's on and on the throne.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, it looked kind of similar, I thought, to that kind of asteroid field looking thing that Coulson's looking at. They're at least relative, so you almost like wonder, is it going to be like what some people have speculated, which is S.H.I.E.L.D, which is basically like S.H.I.E.L.D in space. So then he'd be like right on the wall, which then goes into he's the man on the wall, which is a character that I just learned.
Yeah,
speculation.
Yeah, this was news to me when you started telling me about it before off screen.
Yeah, like what if it like somehow like, because now they've kind of confirmed that like Stanley's a Watcher.
Oh yeah.
Or like he's not a Watcher. He's like somebody for the Watchers. Like I almost wonder if it's just like Stanley's fault that they're like captured like that. That would actually be really cool. I wonder if this will be the first time that the TV show will affect the films. They haven't really done that yet, but now you got Justice League coming out. Gotham's doing well. The DC TV is doing well. X-Men just had Legion, which did well. They have that new show Gifted coming out. Are they trying to take the next step, which is to put the characters onto the movies?
There's obviously a much bigger audience that watches the movies than that watches the show. So we're curious. It would be awesome to see the characters from the show pop up in the movie, but how likely are they to do it? Because a massive chunk of their audience wouldn't have any idea who these people are, unless it were Coulson, because Coulson everyone's going to know already. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it would definitely be cool, but we'll see if they do it, or if they do, how big of a capacity it'll be in, whether it's just a cameo in a scene or whatever.
Here's what they could do, since they're considering season 5 being the finale. Instead of it being a finale per se, they could actually catapult the whole team up into the films and then find a new group to be the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They almost could use season 5 as almost like a soft reboot with the same characters. I think Coulson's team will be the first line of defense. They will see Thanos coming first. They're going to warn the Avengers, which would be a really interesting meeting, Coulson and the Avengers again.
Like, Coulson's been back all this time now. Nobody on the Avengers crew knows that, like, Agent Coulson is back.
But Lady Sif does.
Lady Sif does, okay, still. So all right. So now she's keeping secrets from Thor? I mean, I don't know.
Well, that would be a nice little thing for Nick Fury to have to, like, answer for the fact that he, like, didn't tell them. We both believe that it's gonna lead into the movies more so. They'll be like the first since like Star Trek to be like, oh, lead into a movie. They will actually lead into it as opposed to being like, oh yeah, we're gonna hint at the movie coming, or be affected by it.
Yeah.
And that's why there's episodes afterwards. There's like 8 episodes that'll be after Infinity War because they have to deal with the aftermath.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some more videos on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, but we wanted to just get some speculation out there for you people, because there's been a lot of articles out and stuff. So check them all out. Let us know what you think.
Awesome.
And, I'm Jimmy Kelly.
Michael Tuitt.
Signing off for now.
Cool.
Peace.
Boom.